This video should really just be called like Emily trying to move everything that she shouldn't be moving. Good morning, guys. I just finished setting up our new family room and I am just loving it. I'm so happy about it. So there was a minute that I didn't know if I could pull this off because things were just looking so awkward. So I'm gonna put up some pictures of my inspiration for this space because that is where I always start. I always look at Pinterest to give me some inspiration, and then I go to Facebook Marketplace, and then I go thrifting, honestly. Now that you've seen this inspiration, I'm gonna take you back a few days and share with you where we're starting. We're gonna look at some things we're grateful for, some things we wanna change, and then go to the thrift store. I'll have a haul, and then we'll get this place all styled up. Where we are starting. Before I jump into all the things that I don't like, let's give some gratitude to this room. Let me show you all the things that this room does have going for it. The first thing we are going to be grateful for is the location. Yeah, that light just turns on anytime it wants. But the location is perfect because I can actually watch my kids play while I'm here in the kitchen cooking and everything. Second is these walls. They are clean. We painted them before we moved in, and I love the texture to them because this used to be paneling, like 1970s paneling. It was already painted when we moved in, but not like all the way. Like it wasn't painted behind furniture, I think. But we finished the job and love these walls. I also the baseboards. They are great. We made them 5-inch baseboards, so it really elevates the room. Even though it's a low ceiling, it at least has higher end features. I'm also so grateful for this cabinet. This cabinet was left to us by the previous owners as well as this table, but I specifically love this cabinet for both the functionality of it because we use it for all of our craft supplies here, but also because I just think it's beautiful. Like I love it. Even with kind of like the orangey tone to it, I still love it. Okay, now that we have shown this space some gratitude, let's focus on some things that I would love to change. So this is my view from the kitchen, and as you can see, I cannot see what the kids are doing down there. Sometimes that is a little bit problematic, especially with a new baby who I want to have eyes on. So I want to see if I can switch around the layout of this space. I have also been dying to switch out this credenza, but I have had zero luck finding one on Facebook Marketplace until last week when I finally found one. So I'm going to show you the one that I found. The problem with this one, it is too small. It needs to be, technically, designer-wise speaking, they're supposed to be longer than your TV. And the larger credenza will also give us more space for toys because this is where the toys are stored, and as you can see, they kind of just spill out over there. I would also like to switch out this rug. It's red, and I'm not a big fan of red, especially since it brings out more of the orangey tones in the floor that I am not crazy about, but we're not gonna focus on that because we can't change it. This toy storage situation is also not ideal and not necessary. So this is gonna go to the boys' room once I bring in the larger credenza, and it will also cover up this, which is just dangerous. We shouldn't have that. This cord goes here, and that's the lamp. Not good. I also have this cradle behind the couch that is beautiful. My grandfather made it, but we're not really using it, and it kind of creates this awkward situation with the walking situation. But I need to figure out a better place to put it, and we're definitely keeping it. All right, so now that you guys have seen this space, I'm gonna take you to the thrift store, which I did a few days ago, and then we'll come back and do a haul, and then we're gonna start moving some furniture because we had a delivery already this morning, and it needs to come out of our entryway into here. Through days of warmth and by your side. So Cass and I are going thrifting. We're gonna try to go to 4 different places. Right now we're headed to the first one, which actually I don't expect to really find anything. But I want to donate there because I just did a big decluttering stuff. So I have a ton of stuff that I need to donate, and I don't like donating at Goodwill, but we are going to go to Goodwill because that's where I think we're gonna find what we need. So I'll share what we're looking for once we get going. I love sharing some thrifting tips and just helping you hone your eye when I take you guys thrifting. So that's what I'm going to do today, but I'm also going to share the list that I'm looking for. So one of the items was a lamp, but specifically a floor lamp because I don't think I'm going to have a spot to put a lamp. We'll see once we get going, but this was a nice little pair that I found. Not really my style, more beachy, but this thing was so cool. I'm not actually sure. I think this is a pot. I don't know if you could put soil inside brass like that, but that thing was massive. It was $45, and I wasn't sure where it would go in my house, so I ended up not getting it, but it was really cool, and I hope that someone finds it who can really appreciate it. I seriously considered getting these for my kids' closet, just for like toys and toy rotation, but I ended up leaving them behind. Lone Fox just decorated with a leather pillow on his couch. Maybe this was a while ago actually, but I loved the look of it, but this one just didn't feel like the greatest quality or anything. It was from Target, I believe. This little set of vintage sheets were so sweet. I think they were twins, and it would just be so sweet if you had a boy and a girl sharing a bedroom together, like a little, when they're young at least. Okay, this plate is so pretty. I don't know, I'm just so attracted to it. It looks hand painted. I want to take it down. Let's see a little more detail. It says handmade in a village north Portugal, I think that says, in 1981. That is so cool. I love that. I ended up going to 2 different Goodwills on this day, but this is the first one, which is a little bit smaller. I was laughing at this set because it looked like someone had definitely tried to do the whole like oven cleaner staining, like stain removing thing, and just like gave up. I feel that. That would be me. I am not taking on any stripping projects. I was looking for some baskets to help organize my kids' toys inside the credenza that I found on Facebook Marketplace, but you'll have to stay tuned to see which ones I got, because I actually got some that I wasn't expecting to get actually at the other Goodwill. These candlesticks I thought were a beautiful shape, but they had the strangest patina to them. They were kind of purpley. I was tempted to get this giant llama painting, not for the llama painting, but more for the canvas and the frame, because I have an idea of painting over it to make kind of an abstract art painting. I'm working on a project which I am very, very excited about, and I will tell you more about later in today's video, and that piece could have been good for it, but I also just didn't want to take on another DIY. But we are moving on to another one of my favorite thrift stores. This one I was hoping to find some large scale art, but I did not find any of that. But I did score on some lampshades. Anytime that I can find a lampshade for less than $5, I think that is a great deal, especially if I can find a pair and it looks really clean. I have a whole theory on lampshades, and I will share some more of my tips during our haul. Now we're moving on to our very last thrift store for this thrifting trip. This is the largest Goodwill in my area, and they always have a lot of baskets, really just a lot of everything. So I always am able to find something here because of just the sheer volume of stuff. Even though things are a little bit more expensive, it does help to go to a large store that has a lot of stuff. I thought that this basket was so sweet. Not sure what the middle part is there, but this side had peg and then like a little date and hand painted. Something I've been doing lately, a little game that I play when thrifting, and I don't really need something like this wooden bowl that I really liked, is I name a price for it. Like I named $5 for that bowl, and then once I looked at the price, I saw that it was $8, so I decided I would leave that behind. So it's a fun little game and helps me just not overbuy things that I'm not specifically looking for. I was definitely looking for some trays, and I found some really good ones. This one was way too like farmhouse rustic for me. This one also wasn't quite my style, but I did find 2 trays that are perfect, and I will share those in our haul today. You guys know that I am a sucker for anything handmade or hand painted, and I actually did end up getting this plate. I will show you the vision that I have for it and that I'm just super excited about. I know it's just a little bit different than my normal style, but I'm super excited for it. I've never seen a big bag chair this big. That's insane. Why would you even want that? Like a cactus. All right, we're back. It's late. The kids are in bed, and we had some large deliveries today, and I wasn't planning on doing this tonight, but this afternoon my boys were going insane and jumping from here onto the couch. So I'm gonna use that as motivation to open these up, and then I think Dominic can help me move them into place. So let me show you what Cheetah Living sent over for me. Definitely might be overestimating my abilities here. I just tried to like shift it a little bit on the ground, and this thing is extremely heavy. They delivered this like into the house. That was part of the service, like the delivery service. But let's at least get it opened up. We'll see what we can do. Like I mentioned, I want to change the layout of the family room, and that means adding actually another couch so that they can face each other. Cheetah Living reached out to send me their brand new Ohana sofa, which has the coolest features. So let's get this unboxed and I will show you what those are. I don't have any like gray, but this is not like a cool gray. It's nice like warm gray. Let me just keep opening it. You might be wondering, why is this girl's husband not helping her with this heavy couch? Well, this was just one of these nights that Dominic was working super late. That's just the way that residency goes. And so, yeah, I just wanted to get this thing set up, like I mentioned, so that it would be safe in my living room again. But this sofa is a modular sofa, which makes it super cool because you can customize the exact layouts. So this could be a sectional, but I will actually just be using this as a 2-seat sofa. I got pretty far, but I think I'm gonna have Dominic come do some reinforcement. I want to get this into the space before I open up the rugs, which also came because I need to see how the colors will all look before I can decide which rug I want. I used my handy furniture sliders to move this couch out of the way and move the rug. I actually plan to orient the rug the opposite direction. Okay, this is kind of the layout that I'm envisioning. The two couches facing each other so that you can see this area in the middle, and that they're not like directly facing the TV or like cutting this room in half. I think there's just only one way to tell if it's gonna work out, and that's if we bring in the other one. So you can see as we bring this in why this was so heavy, and that is because the sofa is actually reclining, and I'll show you how it works in just a minute. Pardon this absolute mess. I promise we're gonna make this pretty, but I'm just setting this thing up, and it's actually going really easily. You guys know that I'm a big fan of down pillow inserts, and the cushions for this couch are actually filled with down, which makes them feel super luxurious and super comfortable. The fabric is also easily cleanable, and I love this gray color. Typically, I don't bring gray into my home, but I specifically asked the brand to send me gray to match the Pinterest inspiration pictures, which I will pop up on the screen to remind you, because I love the warm tone of this gray. The cushion covers also unzip and are machine washable. Now, I'm going to show you this all styled up, but I did want to show you the recline function real quick. So this is something that we won't have plugged in just with our rambunctious young boys, but it does recline for those who are interested in this full luxurious experience. I've never been someone to have a reclining sofa, but man, it was really comfortable, and it was very smooth too. Like, it didn't feel bouncy at all. Typically, reclining sofas have the problem of having to be in the center of the room because they need this space behind them, but this is a wall hugger sofa that only needs 2 inches behind it to fully recline. All right, we're in our normal thrift haul spot, but it's late because I just set up that couch, and I really want to get this all styled and done tomorrow. So that means I need to show you my thrift haul tonight, and I have a really good thrift haul. So I went to 4 different stores that I took you along to, and I have some goodies. So I really got stuff from lighting, baskets, trays, decor, plants, vases, like every category that I was hoping to get. And some of these things will also be for a client's project, my very first design client's project that I'm working on. So you'll make sure you have to come back for that. It'll be in 2 or 3 weeks, I think, probably more like 3, maybe a month. But I'm just really excited to be gathering all these things so that I can just install it all once I go to their place. All right, so let me start with some baskets since they're right here. I found this giant basket. This will be used for toy storage inside their credenza, which I'll show you in just a minute. And this one was $4. If I can find a basket that is large like that for less than $5, I always think that is a good deal. However, this one was not. This one was a little bit more expensive, but it's because it's vintage. If a basket is vintage, they mark it up a ton. And I don't think this is anything what's that one? burger. I think that's the one that's like very, very expensive, but it kind of looks like it. This one was $9 from the Goodwill, but I love that it has a lid and it's massive. So we could even put another one of these baskets like this on top of it, or like Legos, that kind of thing. I'm always trying to think of aesthetic ways to disguise my children's toys. All right, let's move on to some trays because I found these super functional and helpful. So I'm not sure if this will be used in my space or in my like design project space, but this one was $1 from Goodwill. It's from IKEA originally. It has a few scratches here, but honestly, when you use a tray, you put stuff on it, and it helps like corral things, so you won't even really see this. So I thought this was a really good find. Found another good tray. I was just finding like everything I wanted. I was so happy. So I found this one for $5 at Goodwill. It's this nice, like, what do you call this, brass color? It's not brass, but I love the handles and this little like edge around it and the pattern on it. I thought it just had this kind of cool, like, organic modern look to it. I'm gonna save my favorite piece that's just under that for last. I normally don't spend as much as I did on this piece, but sometimes when you find something that you just love, like, you just have to get it. I saw this thing on Instagram that was like, if you want to have just like a beautiful, well-designed home, only buy things that make you go, wow. And this item made me say like, wow. And like, I just still love it. I even showed it to Dominic and he was like, that is really cool. That is cool. So I found this little pot next. This is not old or anything, but it kind of looks like it might be from like Hobby Lobby maybe. So it was originally what, 20 bucks. And I got it for $4. I thought that this would be great with like something in it, but also just really cute even without something in it. If I do that, I don't know exactly. Vases. Oh my goodness, this one's heavy. I found another vase. This one's really heavy. I love this one so much. So I found this one, which was from Threshold at Target, and it has this really nice texture on it. These are the vases that everyone is always trying to like reproduce with baking soda. I mean, I did it in a few videos back. I did like a thrifted flip videos. It was actually really fun. I did the lamp that's over there actually, and it kind of has this terracotta color to it, but I love this texture that this one is. It kind of reminds me of like cork, like not exactly stone, kind of more like cork, but I guess that's appropriate with our floors, but we won't talk about those. They're not my favorite. And then I also got this little cute olive tree. So I did not get this in this thrifting trip. I got this in the last time that I went, and for my design client. So I'll share those clips next time. I found a few plants for that project, but I thought I would steal this one for mine. And it kind of came in this little thing, I don't know, it's like a fake pot. I might paint it. What would you guys do? What would you paint that? Because see, I'm like, I don't know what I would paint it, but I think it does need to be painted. I'm sure once we get it into position, it'll be easier to figure out. I already took the tag off this one, but it was $3 and it was 50% off, so $1.50 for that. Can't beat that. Okay, some more like little ceramic things that I found. This one was really cool. So I got this. Oh, did I take the price off? No, it was $6 and it's handmade. It does have a signature down here in Pressman, something. I cannot read this writing, but this is, I believe, an Advent wreath, like with the four candles to count down the weeks to Christmas. So I'll probably be bringing this out for Christmas. Yeah, I think I see some pink wax in there, which makes me think that's what it is, but it could also just be used as decor if you wanted, if you don't participate in Advent, but we certainly do in this house. And then I got this blanket at that same thrift store as well. So I just washed it. It's still a little damp. I had it like hanging up, but I wanted to show you guys. I spent $6 on this one. Not the best deal, honestly, because once I started like taking it apart, like it was kind of all folded up. I realized it does have some like little snags, which is kind of inevitable with this type of blanket, but I love this type of like cotton-y blanket because they're not super warm. We don't need anything like super thick. We just like, you know, something cozy on the couch. I do like that this is a cooler color because I want to bring in a little bit more cooler colors, but I'm not sure if this is the right gray. Well, I think once we see it with the couch and everything, then we'll see if I like this, but it is a little bit different for me. Okay, these were a score. So let me tell you some tips that I've learned about lampshades. First of all, if you can find ones that don't have any cracks, good. That is so much better. If there's a crack, you might want to hesitate before you buy it. Like put a light bulb in and see if you can actually see the cracks under it. If it has like texture and like linen-y look to it, you can't usually see it. But I do have one currently that has a crack in it, and you can totally see it because it's like a flat white. Also, when they get old, they kind of start turning more yellow or like more orangey on the inside, and it just gives kind of not the brightest glow. It kind of gives like a very orangey glow. You might be able to correct that with like a blue light inside, like a blue light bulb, but that's something that I've noticed as well. This one was $2 from the thrift store, and I think that is great for a lampshade this size. One that like this would be $25 probably new. And then it's also really hard to find a set, so I was super excited to find these. These were each $3 for this little set. Also don't have cracks, and these look newer. Like they don't have any yellowy in the inside. The inside is still like really, really nice. So I thought these were great. I don't think we'll be using these for today's project, but I have been just wanting to add more lights. I've been like collecting lampshades because they're hard to find that are actually good. So those were really good. All right, we're almost to my favorite piece, but this kind of is a little clue into it. So I got this plate. I want to do a plate wall, I believe, over where I currently have a wreath hung. It's like over by the crafting table. I think that would be a really nice focal point for your eye to catch when you come in the front door, because that's kind of like the line of sight that you see. So I found this one at Goodwill for $2. And then at the church thrift store that I went to, I found this really beautiful one. This is the one that made me just like, I have to have that. This was the wow piece. I just thought it was so pretty. I believe it's from Portugal. It had a tag on it, and they took it with them. But I believe it's from Portugal, and it has like nice wire so that you can hang it and everything. It says some stuff. Something Alexandria Lourdes. I'm not sure if anyone knows more about this. I would love to know, but I really just love the design of it and like the colors in it, how it's a muted white. This one is definitely a little bit more of a bright white, but I have another plate already too that a friend gave us, and so I think that one would look good with this as well, but I obviously think I could add more. Like it would be better to have 5. Currently I only have 3, so I'm gonna keep working on finding that. So that's our thrift haul. I have a lot of things to do before I get to style this. So let me keep moving some furniture as much as I can do tonight, and then we'll do a little bit more in the morning and then get this all styled up for a big reveal. I recently went through this, which is all of my kids' toys. Not all of them, but most of them that are accessible, like the larger things. So I'm going to put them into my new thrifted basket temporarily until I can bring in the new credenza that I found on Facebook Marketplace. So at this point it's like 10:30 p.m. and I knew I really needed to go to bed, but Dominic was still working, and if you are a mom of littles, you know that sometimes this is just like the only time that you can get stuff done. But Dominic did take a little break to help me move out the old credenza and bring in the new one. Okay, we just brought in the credenza and I'm so happy about it. You can see like a little corner there. I'm gonna show you that in the morning once it's like light in here. Then we're gonna bring the 2 rugs in because I think that rugs, I mean, they just like make the place, but I have to decide between them. The obstacle course through our kitchen has been fun, but it's time. It's time to make this house practical and safe again. Right, good morning. So I finally get to see the space with like natural lighting, and it's looking so good. So the next step is to put down a rug, because that really transforms the place. And I have 2 options. So I'm gonna get this guy down for a nap, and then we can try those out. Putting this rug down with my children running all around it really reminded me of last year when I shared my living room makeover with you all. That video was so much fun, and to this day it is like my most popular video. It has something like over 100,000 views, which is just insane for my small little channel. So if you are looking for more inspiration for living room spaces, go check that one out after you finish this video, because it was definitely a really fun video as well. I stole the nightstand from my kids' room and I kind of like it there. Okay, we got this rug down and I do love it. It's showing up very pink on camera when I was setting it up, but it has a lot of navy blue in it, which is nice to contrast the floor, the oranginess in it. It doesn't have any orange in it. I think it looks good with the cabinet. Do you agree with me? But I do want to try the other one. And this one is super soft. The other one is very different. It is not this texture like this. Let's try this one, Cassian. Let's see. Let's see. It's just so impossible to tell color online. I think you just have to bring it into the place. Like, even if you think you like it online, I mean, this doesn't look anything like it did online, honestly. But I do have this one in our bedroom, and it would make the perfect, oh, I'm actually tempted. It would make the perfect rug underneath a dining table, because it's like, there's no like shag at all. Like, it's completely flat, but it still looks like a vintagey kind of rug. So I do like that about it, but I don't know. What do you think, Cass? Yeah. Do you think this one or this one? This one? Oh. You're so funny. I'm also gonna take this chair out. Ooh, 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 ooh. We are about to start decorating, and I have some tips, and they're just the strategy that I always use. But before we can decorate, it is very important, I think, to remove absolutely everything to have a blank canvas. This video should really just be called, like, Emily trying to move everything that she shouldn't be moving. We're gonna move this chair. Pretty good. All right, bring this to the living room. Okay, it's looking nice and plain in here. So I took down some of the art that I had up, that wreath that was over there, and I put the side table that I had here so that it kind of balances this sofa and this sofa, because that one's like shorter. So I'm gonna put these cushions into the living room as well, and I think I'm gonna commit to this rug and go ahead and package this one back up. We're gonna do some final touches. You can hear my dryer because it's a weekday, so we're doing a load of laundry. But I'm gonna do some final touches, sharing with you guys the ways that I styled the thrifted things that I got and I showed you guys in the haul. So I hope that you guys enjoy. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because this was a lot of work. I've been like sweating. Like, normally I don't sweat in my indoor makeover videos, but this was a lot of furniture moving. But I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing it, and maybe it was empowering to you. All right, I've gathered my thrift store of items from around the house. I'll probably go grab some more things, but it's a good place to start. And I always like starting on the most prominent piece, which for me is this piece. But before I do that, I actually want to cover this up, and I think I have something for it. So I have this that I haven't used yet. I think we used part of it for something in the nursery, but this is like, it has a command strip on the back, I believe. So this would be perfect there. I could paint it, but it's already white. And then I also got this, which is a flat surge protector, so that we can scooch this back towards the wall as far as it can go. Right now it's like 2 inches out, and then this one has, you know, the outlet that's like that. But I got black so that it would like blend in down here where it kind of is sitting as best as it could. There has been a common thread in comments lately, and that is something along the lines of, how do you get all of it done with 3 little kids? So I thought I would share some realistic clips here, some raw content here of how I get this done. So we can put this here. That's just an empty box. You can go throw that away, actually. Yeah. And Benjamin is rolling. Would you like to join him in his rolling? With the arrangement of these objects here, this I think is going to be hung take that down. But I think we make it look real easy here on YouTube when we like decorate things. It takes a lot of thought and a lot of just trial and error and like grabbing things from around the house. So I grabbed this plant from outside, but I don't think it's gonna be getting enough sunlight in here since we only have that window over there, and that window is like under a cover because it's like our patio out there, and so it's really not that much sunlight. So I don't think this one is going to work, but I do like the like veins, the vines going on. And so I found this fake one. I've been using this in my living room, so I could take it over here. And then I brought this candle over, but it's so green, it just like doesn't work in here. But I do like this one that's gray because it kind of takes some of the gray into the couch and everything. You want to hold that one? Okay. Tell me which one smells better. And then I like this gold. This gold one. These are the things that go through my head. Come on, boys. We got it. All right, so I think we should put it inside there first. It's like a tube. Open it up. And then we put the cord in there. No, leave that one attached to that bench. Attach it. So much better. All right. Make sure it's nice and even. All right, does that look even, guys? Yeah. Hopefully there's lines on the wall, so it makes it very easy to tell. Guys, come push it on the wall. Come push it. Come push it. Come push it on the wall, guys. Go push it. Use your muscles.
I want to.
Filming this so I can watch it and see if I like this. But I'm thinking this here. Got this piece at a garage sale recently. I showed you guys. I absolutely love it. It's an etching from Italy, and it's actually pretty dusty. So I'm gonna clean this and get this one hung up.
Yeah. You saw getting it in it? Yeah.
It's like right on this one. What do you want to throw it over?
Yeah.
What if it flies so
Through the hand?
like through that arch? I just realized you were completely crooked because I think you got hit by a football. But I love that. I love that it's black and it kind of just balances the TV not being like the only black thing on this wall. Although I do think the black feet, I didn't think I would like them, but I think they do look good on this credenza for that reason. I just realized how fun this is going to be to decorate for Christmas. But I wanted to address this area. So I am intentionally leaving this side a little bit open. I plan to have a basket for toys over there, like their larger like lightsabers that don't fit inside of here. But I'm thinking also this would be a good spot for a floor lamp. So that's something I need to look for. I also don't know how safe that's going to be with my children, but if it doesn't work, it's okay. I'll put it into our bedroom where they're not like roughhousing all the time. But I do want to try it because I've always been like scared to try them, but I think it would look so good. Not if it's too much. It's too much. Can you put your lightsabers you want in here?
I want this one.
Okay, put them in there. All right, very happy with the progress that we have made today. It's like styled, everything is in position. You might be wondering though, there's something missing here. Well, I do have one. I do have a coffee table. It's not really a coffee table. I'll show you. It's like an ottoman. But I am so tired of moving furniture by myself. So I'm going to wait until Dominic comes home, and his presentation was today. So I think he can help me with that tonight.
It looks beautiful. It really does.
You think? I think it did come together. I mean, it's a mess right now because the kids are everywhere. But the rug like tied it all together, right?
Yeah, his rug looks great.
And the accessories and stuff. It's super soft.
And he places to sit.
How was work? We are finally to reveal day, and so the last thing of furniture to bring in is this coffee table. It's actually more of like a storage ottoman, and I found it from the same seller on Facebook Marketplace as the credenza. I got that credenza, I should have mentioned, for $125, which I thought was a great deal, as the other ones that I was finding new were like $1,000. And then this ottoman I got for $50. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it though. Dominic really wants to just leave this area open for more wrestling matches. What would you guys do? I was hoping to do a little bit more in this like little dining nook that we have, but just didn't get to it. So I want to do something here and then also switch out the table. I think I just want one that's a little bit smaller. It would be more practical for us. And I'm not crazy about 12 feet that's on this table that we inherited. So the rest of it though, I absolutely love. I'm so obsessed with it. I love this layout and just like the style of it. It's all perfect for me. I love it. So let me know in the comments below if you guys like it. Give this video a like, as that really helps support the channel. Subscribe, it's free. I always appreciate that. And keep in mind some of the things here, you know, they're not exactly practical, like candles. I'm not gonna keep those with the kids, but they're pretty for the reveal. So that's just being honest here. So let me remind you where we started in this space. And now for how it turned out. This space threw at me some obstacles with the layout, and I didn't really talk about that too much, but technically you are supposed to have 3 feet of space on each of those walkways, and I did shrink it a little bit so that I would be able to have a maximum amount of space for playing. But this works for our family, and I think it goes to show that you don't always have to follow all of the design rules, but I am pretty happy with how this turned out and how close it really looks to my Pinterest inspiration pictures. So let me know in the comments down below how you think we did. You can get this Ohana sofa for 10% off using the link down in my description. I hope that you guys will come back because there is definitely some more things that I would like to add to this room, specifically in my little crafting corner with that table and those plates. I hope that you all have a very blessed week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.